So I want to talk about our worth, our value, because it's very, very common for Christians. Either you've got one of two things. You've got you're worthless, you're no good without God. It's only through Jesus Christ that you are saved, but you are still a wicked sinner, but it's only Christ. It's only because God sees the blood of Christ and not your sin that you're saved, etc., etc. That's a pretty common, particularly in more fundamentalist groups. And then there's also the theology that you're good, but you're good because God says you're good because God made you. It has nothing to do with intrinsic value of just being a human being a part of the human race. Because for me, that's why people have value. People have value because just they exist. You don't need anyone else to tell you you're valuable. I don't need anybody to tell me I'm valuable. I don't need another human to tell me I'm valuable. I don't need a God to tell me I'm valuable. I know I'm valuable because I'm a human being. And so it disturbs me a little bit to see this kind of theology pumped through stuff. I was just at filming a marriage seminar for work, and this was a theology that was pumped through it, was that you get your value from God. And that's why you have value, because you're a child of God, not just because you are a human being with intrinsic value, intrinsic worth. And to me, that's crazy. That's like the ultimate giving away your power, giving away your autonomy, is if somebody that you can't see, hear, smell, taste, touch, whatever, none of your five senses can detect this being, but you're giving away, you're saying that I'm valuable because this being says I'm valuable. That might sound nice all, and you can, say, well, it's basically the same thing as saying you're valuable because you're human, but it's different in the sense that this God not being real, people can make them be whatever they want. They can essentially say, LGBTQ plus people are not, right with God, not valuable to God. You see that in a lot of theologies. You see that with a lot of Christians who oppose homosexuality, that kind of thing. And so, yeah, so of course that's problematic. And if you can't see why, you might be part of the problem. Just a thought. But really, seriously, that's crazy to think that so many people give away their intrinsic value to some kind of invisible deity. And like me, I certainly did. And every time I sinned, every time, I did whatever, lied, thought a lustful thought, etc., when I was a Christian, I felt like my worth was somehow diminished, or, this being was mad at me, etc., that typical Christian thing. And I had to get right with them, which crazy. It's really, really crazy to even think about and talk about this stuff and really dwell on it and be like, wow, yeah, my value, I'm letting some being that I don't even see, hear, taste, touch, smell, etc., all the five senses, determine my value based on what they say, based on this Jesus Christ figure. And I did that for years. And my self-esteem was in the gutter, let me tell you. I was not confident. I was not sure of myself. I was constantly doubting myself. And I know I'm not alone. And I can already see the Christians in the comments saying, you just have the wrong theology. No, that's not the case. That is exactly what many, many, many Christians teach, especially those in more fundamentalist groups, those who believe the Bible is the inerrant word of God, those who have more strict rules, more strict theologies, etc., etc. It's very much used as a power play to keep people dependent on God, to keep people feeling like they need God, versus being empowered to be their own person. So So yeah, so that's really kind of what I wanted to say. Is like, that's a weird theology. If you believe that, stop. Like, realize that you, as a human being, because you exist, because you were born, not because any God created you or anything, you have value. You have value because you are you, no matter what your skill sets are, no matter what you offer to society, you are valuable. And don't you forget it. Really, that's all I wanted to say, guys. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing, leave a like, let me know what all your thoughts are, good, bad, and ugly, in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next video.